Okay, so had a little bit of an issue. It's been happening for a while on the Yellow Rose. This is a Holley 2300 Street Avenger, and what would happen is I would hit the gas. Let's say I want to hit it pretty aggressively, or even take it to the floor. The engine would, you could hear it suck air, pause, and then it would catch up. Now the question is, what was causing that? Some people believe it's related to timing. The carburetor, of course, could be related to a whole host of issues in the ignition system. But also, it just seemed to me to be fuel. So I checked. Here's the carburetor I took off. It's 3 years old. And when I would hit the gas, the little distribution nozzle for the gas to squirt into the chambers was not working at all. Got on the horn to Holley. I thought that maybe what I needed to do is get a bigger nozzle. The 500 CFM Street Avenger 2300 comes with a 28 nozzle. If you have hesitation on your engine when you are accelerating aggressively, then what usually happens is you need to go to a bigger nozzle, and they recommend you go up 5 steps. So that would put it around 33, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, yeah, 33. But I don't think they have a 33, so you probably would have to go up to a 35. So called Holley, and what they said was, what you do is, if there's nothing coming out of there first, you check the little needle that's underneath the distribution nozzle itself, and that is right in there. It sits right in there with a little screw, a washer on top, and then the needle I've got soaking in carburetor cleaner now. There's a washer here on the bottom, of course, as well. So I used a little bit of carburetor cleaner, and I'm just letting it all soak right now, and we'll see how that works. Okay, I just want to show you here what this looks like when it's working, and you should be able to see the squirt here. See that? So it's definitely working now, and it wasn't working before. So what happened is that little needle in there gets stuck. Now this especially happens if you do not drive the truck much, or drive the vehicle much, which I do not. I start it about once a week. But if it sits for a while, that little needle will get stuck in there and get some varnish on it. So clean it out. If you have a Holley carburetor stumble type of situation going on, that is the first thing I would check. Mine's just a small 2-barrel with one distribution nozzle. A lot of the 4 barrels have 2 of them, but that would be the first thing I check. And now I'll put it all back together again. We'll start it up and we'll see if it works. While I was in there looking at the carburetor and fixing that up, I went ahead and changed out the filter. I got a new one here, as you can see. It's nice and white. This, of course, has gotten a little varnish on it, a little yellow. There was actually some dirt in there. I think that's because I had a black rubber hose that was actually steel reinforced stainless steel hose, like what I have on the Harley here, something like this, and it totally disintegrated inside, and the filter caught it, thank God, because that would have went all into the carburetor, and that would have been a mess. Probably would have had to have overhauled the carburetor at that point. But anyway, I got this changed. I'm going to screw this back on, get the carburetor together, fire it up, and see if we have that hesitation. Okay, here we are with everything hooked back together again. There's my Street Avenger. Got my sorry about the fingers. Got my filter here. This is the way I originally had it set up, and now let's check and see if we got a little squirtage. Absolutely no stumble. Absolutely no stumble. Fixed. So if you have Holley stumble, you kind of floor the gas pedal it pauses and then bam, kicks on. Or you could even hit the gas pedal and it would stall the engine. Then look into those little nozzles, those accelerator nozzles. I'll get the correct name up here, what it's called. But so they can squirt fuel down in there for the acceleration. Mine was just not working. There's a little needle in there, a little valve. It was stuck. Just had to clean it out, put it all back together again. I would also, you know, on anything like this, I would keep extra, which I do have coming. I have extra gaskets for that distributor nozzle and also an extra accelerator pump diaphragm coming. Just, I mean, it's always good to keep stuff like that on hand. So anyway, this is fixed. All right, hang loose.